programming. It's a title that we're probably not that familiar with, but it is a concept with proven results.
Mandy Griffin is here this morning, as she is from Red Door Pediatric Therapy, and she is going to explain to us what we're talking about. So good morning, Mandy.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
What is it? Tell us what happy home programming is.
So as therapists, we usually get kiddos 1 to 2 times a week for 30 minutes, sometimes 60 minutes. And when you think about a whole week, that's really not that much time. So the skills we are working on in our room, we want to see our kids take outside of that therapy room and use every day, all day. So it's really important to do some little exercises maybe after the session or non-therapy days just to help them generalize that skill.
Mm-hmm. So it's not necessarily something that everybody has to do. It's specific to each child.
Right, and home programming is different for everybody. So speech therapy, occupational therapy, physical therapy, we all do home programming, and teachers do too. So homework, piano practice, reading minutes at school, things like that.
Well, we talked about it before. You know, sometimes piano practice, you aren't going to get better unless you practice at home. You're not going to get better just during your lesson, whether it's sports or whatever it is. But what happens if the child gets home and says, you know, I really don't want to practice piano per se and work on these exercises?
Yeah, we get that a lot. Parents will come back the next week and say, you know, the first day or two was okay, and then after that they really weren't interested anymore. Or they're just not motivated to do it, or we're just super busy. So we just try to do the best we can to make it fun and functional at home so you can kind of work it into your everyday life.
So that's kind of the key, right? Is working it in so that it doesn't seem like, okay, now we have to do this.
Yeah, or doing it when they don't even notice. That's the best time to do it, you know?
To do it,
Yeah.
Depending on what it is.
Yes.
Okay.
So I just, go ahead.
You said you've got it says here the simple reward system, and I would imagine that it would be important because we all like to work towards something, right?
Yeah, and generally we either sit down in our session and talk with the kiddo and say, okay, what are you super excited for? Do you like gum? Do you like fidget spinners? And we kind of come up with something that they're really motivated for, or the parent can do that too. And then a lot of times we'll do like a sticker chart, so just a row of boxes, and then every day they do their exercises, they can put a sticker on their chart. And then it's a nice visual for them too, so they can see, okay, I only have 3 days left till I get my treat. Or a lot of times we'll send a chart home, and then when the parent brings it back or the child brings it back to the next session and it's full, then they get 5 Red Door dollars. We have a little Red Door store, and they can pick something out that they're motivated for, and that's helpful.
Okay.
You know, sometimes a child will, an easy answer is, I can't do it. So as a parent, if you say something like, well, you try it, and if you can't do it, I'll help you. So encouragement or maybe some solutions is another way to try and help out.
Yes, and they know they're not alone then. Rather than saying, like our occupational therapists, they oftentimes work on just activities of daily life. So brushing teeth, things like that. So versus you go ahead, go brush your teeth, it's I'll come in there with you and I'll help you get started. And if you need help, I'll help you finish. Generally, they'll be able to do it on their own.
Okay, well, how do you make it fun? I mean, what do you do?
Yeah, so like our physical therapists, they might send home just simple sit-ups. Well, those are boring. Nobody likes to do sit-ups.
Right.
So if you can have them reaching for a balloon or bopping a balloon or a beanbag when they sit up, or if get siblings involved. So you have brother and sister on the floor, mom's the judge, who can get the most done in 30 minutes. Or for occupational therapy, like fine motor skills, let's have a race and see how many pom-poms you can put in a bowl with a clothespin. Things like that can make it more fun when you make it a race or a game.
Sure, that makes sense.
A lot of times people may say, well, you guys are the professionals. I'm bringing my child here once or twice a week for this much time. That's why I'm bringing the child here. So explain to people why, and we touched on it, but why it is important to do it at home as well.
Well, like I said, it's a skill that we want to see them do outside of therapy, or it's building on something bigger. We want to see them do those skills on a regular basis because it can really move therapy along faster. We can tell those kids that are working because they come in the next session and they got it, and then we can move on versus staying and working on the same thing again and again and again. It just slows everything down.
And they're probably proud to show you as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they're really pumped about it, and it's exciting for all of us because we love to see that progress just as much as mom and dad do, and the kid likes to be successful too.
So praise is important.
Absolutely, and I say that a lot with home programming too, with parents, is if you see them wanting to do it or being independent and grabbing that sticker and putting it on the chart and doing their homework, that's just huge. Keep them motivated any way you possibly can.
Okay, tell people where to find you.
So we are in Bismarck and in Minot. You can reach us on the phone at 701-222-3175 for both locations.
All right, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Mandy.
We'll be back.